All right, Ryan, so I'd like to go over just a little test with you about that eye movement experience that we had talked about in a previous session.
Yes.
And then from here, we'll move it into doing one of these resource exercises. But before we do that, I just want to make sure I'm not encroaching on your space. And
Sure.
I also want to have you test out the process of what it feels like to move your eyes back and forth, and you can give me any feedback.
Okay.
So generally I do sit a little off center from you, so I'm not all up in your face when I'm doing eye movements.
Sure.
I can go as far back as here, or I can come in really close.
Probably
And if
just
you could-
a little bit further
Yeah,
back.
yep, this is the kind of feedback I need, so.
Right about there.
Right about there? All right. So I'm going to do a set. We call a set anytime we do a series of back and forth eye movements. So this will be slow and pretty short. We're only going to go back about 6 to 8 times.
Okay.
So I'll have you follow my fingers just to test out the speed and comfort. Take a breath. Okay. So there was nothing special you should have been noticing other than tracking back and forth. So were you able to do that pretty comfortably?
Yeah, I think maybe if it would have gone a little bit further
Out?
on that side, and then this side felt like it was about right.
Let's do a test then. And I'll show you after this a few more ways we can do it, so. Is that better there?
Yep.
Okay, let's do a few more like that. Okay, breath. So going out a little farther.
Yeah, I felt like I got my full
Better.
sort of
Full range of vision, nice. Now, as another alternative, I can also offer you the eye movements on a diagonal. So
Okay.
that would look like this. Some people love this, some people it's not quite for them. So between the horizontal and the diagonal, any gut
And
feeling?
I noticed I felt a little bit more anxious actually
Okay.
during the diagonal,
Okay.
and so I think I would prefer the horizontal.
The horizontal, okay. It's interesting feedback for me though, because at a certain point in this EMDR process, if it feels like we're maybe stuck doing one form of stimulation,
Mhm.
it may be worth noting, and it's not about provoking your anxiety, but for you, perhaps the diagonal is more stimulating.
Sure.
And that's a word we use a bit in EMDR just to represent that your brain is moving maybe in a little faster, different direction. We won't make too much of it now, other than I'll just make the note for feedback.
Okay.
So now this doesn't come in until later in the process, but since we're here testing for this part, I am going to show you what the eye movements look like a little faster,
Okay.
if that's all right. So keeping this distance, I'll do my best to keep the big horizontal span. I'm going to go a little faster and just see what you notice, how the tracking feels. And these sets are usually a little longer. Right. So what are you noticing there?
So I felt okay. I think I could tell there's a little bit more energy with that than there
Yeah.
was with the slow.
And that's an interesting bit of feedback, that there's more energy, because, and this is, and you're right to note this going into EMDR, generally when we do slower stimulation, it's for really helping you strengthen those resources, like the light stream exercise or the safe place exercise we're going to be going into. When we go faster, I really like how you describe that. It's to kind of build up the energy, build up the stimulation. For some people, it can be a little anxiety provoking, but that's so we can really move you through those traumatic memories
Sure.
we're gonna be working on, so. All right, so how's that test feeling for you?
It feels, yeah, I feel good about sort of understanding what to expect.
Cool. All right, so we'll move into our first exercise.